Hi, it's Thermal Imploder, and today we are talking about how I think microtransactions will come back to Battlefront 2. So, we all know by this point probably that at the start of the game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, when it was released, we had microtransactions, and you could buy crystals and crafting parts and other stuff with real life money. So now, of course, DICE has to make cash, so it is going to be coming back in some way or another. Now, in this video, I will be talking about the ways that it might be able to come back. So the first thing that I do want to say is it most likely will not be coming back in paid DLCs because everybody hated it in the last game. And they actually said that this game, they won't have paid DLCs, so if they lied and end up doing that, they would get a lot of hate from the community. So, what I do assume, though, is they'll bring it back, and I think you'll be able to buy stuff such as special skins and stuff that you don't really necessarily need, and that makes you better. That is one possibility. Say like the skins we already have, like maybe there will be a, I don't know, maybe a young Boba Fett, maybe a Snow Princess Leia, maybe a Snow Han, and like really there's a bunch of different things that could happen, and that is probably one of the better ways that they could add it, so it's not necessarily something that everybody will be so upset about. Another thing that they could do is, well, they could simply make it so that, well, you have to pay maybe if you want certain, like, I don't know, maybe they could still have the crystal thing, and you could just pay, but like make them only good to like craft into credits maybe or something. And maybe they could add actually into the offline features maybe another feature that won't be that big and kind of small, and that you can do. And maybe another thing that they could do that I think that would be a lot better is, I feel like most people would end up buying it, and just like pre-ordering for each DLC, you could pre-order it, say, I don't know, 2 weeks ahead of time, so then you get to play it ahead of time before everybody, and you just need to pay maybe $10 for it, and they would make lots of money still, and it would just be like the paid DLCs, but not everybody has to, and you only are paying necessarily if you want to play it early. So yeah, that would be one of the better ways, in my opinion, that they could do it. Now, of course, they could do a bunch of other ways that would get lots of hate from the community, such as special star cards that can only be unlocked by that. Maybe they are some other things. I personally hope that they don't do anything that will really upset the community, and I hope that they sort of keep to their word and stuff. Especially at the start of this game, a lot of people ended up actually not getting the game and stuff, and deciding, you know what, it's not worth it. And that actually made the big downfall for them. So that is one of the major problems that they're going to have, is everybody up against them adding back microtransactions. So now another thing that they could and may do is get permission from the head of DICE to allow them not to make any money off this game, or additional money besides selling it, and maybe like DICE may just allow that so they don't get as much hate. It may just say, you know what, we'll let this game just not make any money, we'll just not put as much content in it, and then when they make Battlefront 3, then maybe they'll make it in another way. I doubt that will happen, and most likely won't. I am most likely thinking that they will put it in some way that won't upset the community, and if not, I really hope that they can make it not too bad. Now, of course, something that they could do is add in stuff that won't really make that big of a difference, such as pre-ordering. So, I personally feel like if you could pre-order anything, skins, new characters coming, DLCs, I feel like that would be the perfect thing. Because everybody, or most people that got the game, ended up pre-ordering it anyways. So most people would of course want to pre-order new features coming in the game. So it would be one of those things where, yeah, but if people don't want to spend money on the game, besides just buying it, they don't have to. They can just wait until it actually launches. So I personally feel like that would be a lot better, and I feel like that would get a lot less hate from the community. But of course everybody's going to hate microtransactions, period. But come on, people, companies have to make money somehow. Like, if they just make money off of selling the game, then the price would be a lot higher too, most likely. So yeah, tell me if you guys have any good ideas that DICE can use to make money with the game without upsetting the community down in the comments. And yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't. And I will be seeing you tomorrow.
Unidentified enemy leader landing. The first order is won.
They're about to detonate the fuel supply. Disarm the charges now. We're losing ground. This battlefield is to their advantage. Fall back to secondary positions. If they force their way through, they'll reach the detention block. That is unacceptable. We'll mount our defense at the main gate. Got your back. systems offline.
Ready.
Top resistance agent on site. Priority target.
Grenade deployed. At your side. Back together. Launching grenade. Turret support deployed.
Enemy presence at the gate! Purge the intruders.
Grenade deployed.
They've never fought like this, like warriors with a true cause. Fall back and ready a defense. The fleet battle goes poorly. The invaders have sabotaged us. But they must not free their people from the detention block. They'll try to override the cell doors and the inner gate.